Oh, wait. So I just saw Morbius, Morpheus, Orpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket, and it was not very good. It was kind of boring, it was kind of cringe, it was kind of funny. You know, the typical Jared Leto superhero movie experience. Now, Jared Leto isn't terrible in every film he's ever been in. Requiem for a Dream is still one of my favorite movies ever, but in projects like this, he comes across as trying way too hard. It's like he desperately needs for his
What?
Do you have a power bank?
Mel, charge your power banks.
You have one for bar?
It's in the blue side pocket on my backpack. I love you. If he says anything bad about this movie, I'm gonna lose it, guys. I'm gonna fucking lose it. He's gonna say he's gonna be like, I thought it dragged a little bit. God, I'm removing Adam. I'm blocking him with Discord right now. I'm already blocking him. I already know he's gonna talk shit about it. I already know he's gonna talk shit about it. Fuck.
thing than
Mel, are you charging your power banks right now? Hook them up before you leave. Okay. Don't bring mine back at 0%. It's bad for the battery, Mel. I love you. But I'll kill you.
Morbius is a safer bet, and I'm giving this one a 3 out of 10.
Oh my god, he's gonna give it a 6 out of 10. He's gonna say, all in all, I thought it was okay. The performances were a bit stiff, though, and I thought it dragged in the third act. 6 out of 10. I hate him. I already fucking hate him. I already hate him.
Another film I saw was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm gonna lose it. I can't watch this. I can't do it. Guys, I'm emotionally dug into this movie, okay? I'm emotionally dug in. I'm too dug in. I can't be objective anymore. I'll admit it.
Another film I saw was Everything Everywhere All at Once. It is a mouthful of a title, but it is also a mouthful of an experience. This film is directed by Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. The two had previously directed Swiss Army Man together, and that's a film that I thought was decent. It had some charm, but I really could not stand how they ended it. It's worth watching for sure. I'm probably never going to see it again, though. Then in 2019, Daniel Scheinert directed The Death of Dick Long, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. The screenplay by Billy Chu is genuinely fantastic. Many people will judge this film on a surface level, but it is actually pretty layered. The characters are super well written, and there's actually a lot to pick up on a second watch. It's also one of the ballsiest films of the past decade. Anyway, when I first reviewed that film, I was so impressed with the screenplay that I kind of overlooked the directing. There was something about its presentation that didn't quite click with me the first time, but after a second watch, it's so much clear about what it's going for and its ironic nature of how it's presented. So yeah, I take back my comments about how there wasn't anything particular special in the directing, because it is a very well directed and well presented film. Okay. There's a lot going on, and I definitely didn't give it enough credit. Okay. Anyway, now the two Daniels are back together with their most recent film, Everything Everywhere. Blah. I can't even say it. Anyway, I fucking loved this movie. And at this point, I am all for whatever these two directors are doing. Swiss Army Man had a level of quirkiness that was at the very least interesting, but at points it felt like it wasn't quite sure how to portion or balance it. I can enjoy quirkiness in films for sure, but I'm not as interested when it feels like it's just being quirky.
Oh god, this movie was kind of quirky, but I think the quirkiness worked. He's gonna knock it down for too much humor.
Sake of it. There needs to be something more there for me. It needs to enhance existing elements of the story and characters. And in this newest film, they struck a perfect balance with these elements. This is not...
He's where Adam is a god. I have to unblock him on Discord. Hold on. I sent him death threats too.
Just a haha, this is so weird, isn't it crazy how weird this movie is movie? This is a genuinely substantive, purposeful, and profound film, and its presentation just happens to be a super entertaining, crazy trip. This is a film that's very out there in terms of what it's showing, but it's also super accessible. There's not a lot of movies that are this weird that I would also recommend to everyone. Without really spoiling anything, this is the best Matrix movie since the original Matrix. It very clearly derived a lot of inspiration from those films. The fight scenes in this movie are immensely entertaining and much better choreographed than the newest Matrix film.
That doesn't mean anything, but true.
So many incredibly satisfying sequences in this film. There are crazy choices that this film makes, and it works every time. It is super entertaining throughout, and it does not slow down over its 2-hour and 19-minute runtime. It is very well paced, it is very well shot, it is funny, there is a lot to chew on visually, thematically, story-wise, character-wise. The performances are great, and one of the main actors is the guy that played Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's awesome. The one aspect of this film that I felt was a bit lacking would be the musical score. Sure, the music was more or less appropriately used in terms of when it appeared in the film, but the only time where the music itself was truly emotionally effective was when they were doing a rendition of a classical piano song that I don't remember the name of. In those sequences, the music...
Okay, first of all, it's Claire de Lune, and that's not classical, okay? That would be impressionist, okay? Right? WC? Right? Am I wrong on that? Somebody, where are my 3 music people in chat? But, okay.
Did so much, but every other point in the movie where it was an original composition, it just felt like meh. The music doesn't really add anything. Like it's suggesting the tone, but it's not really adding to the experience. So yeah, the original score could have been much better. I really would have loved to hear something more memorable. This film deserved a lot more in that department. Either way, it didn't ruin the movie, and like I said, the classical music sections were super effective. Overall, this movie is absolutely fantastic. Everybody should go see it right away. Everyone, everywhere, all at once. This movie has a lot to say, and I love how they told this story. Please check this movie out. You'll be doing yourself a favor if you do. I am very excited to watch this again for a second time, and I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. Thank you. Okay. Hello, YouTube.
That's fair. Okay. Thank God. Keep watching. He has more to say about the movie. What?
So I just saw... Update. I have seen the film for a second time now. It is still a 9 out of 10 film. That is still my rating. However, I enjoyed the music a bit more on my second watch.
Oh.
On my first watch, like,
it's okay.
I was mostly really noticing the music. Again, yeah, while the Claire de Lune was playing, but also kind of near the end where it was like during some of the climactic scenes, I felt like it just wasn't as much as it could have been, and I still feel that way. However, watching this a second time, there's a lot more parts about the film's score that I really enjoyed. The score near the beginning, the opening scene of the film, was really awesome. I think it was also used at parts in the trailer. And you gotta give the score credit for doing a lot of things at once, because when I watched it for a second time, I noticed, like, it's trying to emulate a lot of different genres.
It is. God, guys, you need to be seeing this movie tonight. I shouldn't have any viewers right now because you should all be off going to see this movie. This movie does like 12 different things so well, okay? Jackie Chan action, quasi The Matrix, quasi Marvel multiverse shit, like normal Asian family drama, like wacky surrealist, like Tim and Eric, Rick and Morty tier humor. Like there's like so many things. And it does all of these exceedingly well. Every single thing it does exceedingly well. There's not gonna be like, oh, like it was cute when they tried like this thing, but it like obviously like I know it's not that type of movie. Everything that it touches, okay, it does exceedingly well. Oh my God. It does everything, yeah. It does everything everywhere all at once. Unironically, it does. Is it a movie that should be seen in theaters? I think you should. I think it's a fun theater experience when there are other people there, for sure. I 100% agree with you on this movie. My friends and I all saw it. We were all mind blown, and also very much feel like a religious evangelist. I'm sorry for harassing all of our friends to see it. Yes, I messaged because I try to think of like, because apparently if you, never mind. I messaged Lily about this because I was curious. What did I say? Lily, oh my God, Lily, if you never listen to a single thing I say, oh my God, please just one thing. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. You have to see it in theaters if you have the chance. And then she said in all caps, oh my God, Steven, I know. I've been saying this to anyone who will listen, LOL. It is true. I've been trying to convince all my friends to see it. Yeah, true. I've been saying the same to everyone around me who would listen. I feel like one of Jesus's disciples trying to spread the word, but no one listens. True. Would you watch it again? I will watch it again, but this is the scary thing. I already said this, okay? I don't typically go to movies alone. The thing that's scary to me is that, like, if I go and see this movie with another person, if I walk out and they're just like looking at me and they're like, oh yeah, I thought it was like kind of funny, I guess. I don't know if I could talk to that person again. I don't know if I could. I think I would have to stop. I think I would have to stop talking to this person. I'd be like, I can't even believe you motherfucker can say this shit to me. I hate that your chat was aggressively 180 their opinions when they give you a take. Everyone was shitting on this movie hardcore. There's no way. You have to be dead inside or like the ultimate like fucking emo, tryhard, edgy, wannabe, anime skeptic dude or whatever to like to treat this movie that way.
It's all over the place. So it's trading like consistency for, I guess, the thematic elements of the film. Is that you know it's everything everywhere all at once.
It's like it is true, it does cover, but it's like if the movie was like Ribbons, it would be like everything comes unwound with all like the wacky shit, because there is a lot of wacky shit, but all of it like comes back together like it's so good. It works so well. It is just okay, sorry, fuck, I'm gonna evangelize this movie for the next few days, okay? It's like a Avengers multiverse movie that's inspired by a Rick and Morty episode that also does like The Matrix and K-dramas. Sort by controversial? Oh, sort by rotten. Fuck these losers. Top critic. These people have no souls. These people just have no souls. They have no souls. Some people don't like it as much, unironically, because it's so accessible. A lot of mega elitists who rap back on being brainlets. Also, some people avoiding it because it seemed too quirky, but Adam was right about that not being an issue. It is really quirky. And, like, I had worries of it turning too quirky cringe, because sometimes quirky shit gets really cringe, but I don't think it's cringe ever. I think the humor always works, and it works really well. And even stuff that is like so quirky, stupid, like ends up like hitting like such emotional points later on in the movie. It works. I think it all works so fucking well. Oh my God. And it is also like, I normally I wouldn't say this as a compliment, because when we can be elitist, it's fun to be an elitist, but it is an ultra accessible movie. It is so fucking accessible. That blew my mind. Like, I think I said this earlier. I genuinely think like a 13 or 14-year-old could go and watch this movie and absorb like 95% of what needs to be absorbed, like from the movie. There were so many points I felt like it would fall off the rails, but it never did. Yeah, that's what because at like 65, 70% into this movie, I was like, this is my favorite movie ever right now. And I feel like I should walk out, because this movie is gonna, there's no way that it can maintain this pacing. It's gonna drag. It's gonna do some stupid shit. It's gonna like something is gonna fuck up. I had that feeling at like 60-70% of the movie, that I was like I think it was like around when the like the second part was starting or whatever, which is really like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I think. And I was like, it can't do it. It can't do it. The question is do you love this movie? Not to spoil it for others. I'm telling you that, I hate to use these words, it sounds pretentious. This is like a cinematic experience. Like, I'll spoil the movie for you right now. It's a movie about like a mom like accepting her daughter and like not being an asshole to her like her dad was to her. That's the whole story of the movie. It is a very, very basic, you could write like 2 sentences about like the entire plot of the movie. That's everything. But like I'm not communicating anything to you. It's like, fuck, it is such a good fucking movie. It's such a good movie. Oh, Jesus. It's so good. It's such a good movie, dude. Quirkiness on a scale from 1 to Wes Anderson, like a 4. Okay, Wes Anderson is way too quirky. Okay. Okay, are we ready to watch our boy Antonin, who's dead as fuck, so we can talk as much shit as we want, guys, and you can't report us for it? From not seeing it, is it a new take on social commentary that is much needed but not explored enough or something? I don't think it's a new take on anything at all. It's not like this story has never been told before. It's like, it's just done perfectly. It's done perfectly, okay? It's done perfectly. Please go watch this fucking movie in theaters, you lazy loser fucks. And it visually, yes, it looks so good. You couldn't have made this movie 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It looks really good. That is true. And the performances are so good. Fuck. Okay, I'm done. Would you rate it a 10 out of 10? Yes. I would rate it. It's my favorite movie of all time. Absolutely. It is. It is.